I looked in the mirror today, ba-na-na-na-na, my eyes just didn't seem so bright, da-na-na-na-na, rum-rum, I've lost a few more hairs. I think I'm going bald, ba-na-na-na-na-na-na, I think I'm going bald, na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Is the camera on? Of course it's on. Yeah. Oh man, I love that song. That's by Rush from their Caress of Steel album. I think I'm going bald. You know, Caress of Steel is a very underrated album. You know, it was released in '75. It was like the album right before 2112. 2112 being the undisputed masterpiece, right? But Caress of Steel, there's so much creativity in that album, so many great tunes, and just so much. It didn't quite coalesce. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it would coalesce big time in 2112, but I would argue that 2112 is actually not as creative as Caress of Steel. Don't get me wrong, 2112 is like the complete album, but Caress of Steel has just so much good shit going on, you know what I mean? I mean, The Fountains of Lamneth, I Think I'm Going Bald, Bastille Day, even tunes like Lakeside Park, and don't even get me started with Necromancer. The most amazing guitar work ever, right? And frankly, I know 2112 guitar work is like godlike, but Necromancer's guitar work might be a little bit fucking better, right? But, okay. Anyway, about going bald. There's nothing wrong with going bald. No, see, a lot of people, for some reason, think that, you know, when a guy goes bald, it's a bad thing. And a lot of guys do all kinds of stupid shit to prevent baldness, yeah? Sometimes it's understandable. Like when a very young guy starts to lose his hair, like in the back of his head, say, you know, and he starts doing all kinds of treatment, Rogaine and whatnot, so that he doesn't lose his hair so quickly. Other times it's just absurd when he starts doing like hair implants. I personally think that if you start to go bald at a young age, just let it be. Just go with it. Go with it and don't look back. In my own case, back when I was like, I don't know, 21 or so, my hair was like up to here, roughly, up until the crown of my skull. And, you know, as you can see, you know, it's just gone back, right? I've just lost it. And I see the pictures, you know, every year a little bit less. Yeah, every year a little bit less, and now I have this like tuft of hair here on top. You know, in the back and the sides, it's pretty thick. But, you know, the tuft up here, it's getting thinner and thinner every fucking year. And the hair itself doesn't grow as robustly as the rest of it. Yeah, I'm going bald. But I don't mind it for two reasons. Number one, I'm not a particularly vain guy, okay? I like to dress nicely when I have to. I like to look good or presentable, what have you, but I'm not really that vain, and I don't feel that my value as a man depends on how I look. So there's that one issue, number one. That's why, one of the reasons I don't really care. The other reason I don't really care about going bald is that I've realized something. See, when you're bald, people take you more seriously. When you're bald, you're like more of a man. This is absolutely true. See, I've shaved my head clean off like 3-4 times in my life, okay? I do it every like few years, just most of the time because I'm bored, because I figure, well, why not? I need a change. And rather than just go to the barbers and get a proper haircut, I just take a buzz cutter and just zip it all off, right? Last time I did it was June of 2018, I think. Go check out my videos. Yeah, I was bald as an egg that time, right? So anyway, I do it periodically, just like to just like sort of like sweep away everything off the table, have a clear table, a clear desk, and start over. But what I've noticed is that whenever I've done so, people take me more seriously. People take me more seriously, and they treat me differently. They treat me frankly, with more respect. And they tend to look into my eyes whenever they say something, as if they're waiting for me to nod and agree with what they're saying, in a way that they don't often do that when I have like a full head of hair. And they definitely don't do it when I have long hair. Yeah, the times when I was young and I had long hair, I was sort of like dismissed. Yeah, totally. Yeah, but when I'm bald, when I go totally bald, oh yeah, they take me more seriously. And notice it, you meet some guy who's bald. Maybe he's shaved it, maybe he's just naturally bald, but you take him more seriously. He's more of a man. He's got more gravitas. Now, it could be that the guy starts to talk and you realize he's a fucking idiot and you blow him off. But the impression you get from a bald guy is that he's more of a man. He's more of a man. He's got more balls. Which makes absolute sense, because the fact of the matter is, see, you go bald because of testosterone. Simple as that, right? The more testosterone you have, and as you age, the more you've had coursing through your body, the more bald you get. Simple as that. And the guy who's like totally bald, he is like the alpha. He's like the big dog. Look at Bruce Willis. And don't tell me that he's a big movie star. Even if he hadn't been a big movie star, if you just saw him on the street, Joe Schmo, right? This bald Joe Schmo with a head like chiseled stone, you'd sit up and take notice of the guy. Yeah. It just that craggy skull, and you're like, holy shit. Yeah. And so being bald is actually a good thing. Yeah. I mean, a lot of guys, they get all insecure about it, right? And they do treatments and what have you, as if they're trying to recapture their youth. They're trying to go back to when they were 21 and had a full head of hair, a full head of thick hair. They want to go back to that. And that's, in my estimation, foolish. It's foolish because, see, you should embrace the larger, stronger, tougher man that you will grow into. A bald man is more of a man than when he was, young with a full set of hair. He's just more of a man. Compare Bruce Willis today, right, with the Bruce Willis of his moonlighting years, right? Back in the day, he was like a funny guy, clever guy, but now he's just like more of a guy, more of a man. And that's better. He is a better guy because of it. And you're becoming bald, you're going to be a better man because of it. Say you're a young guy, you're starting to go bald, and you're afraid of going bald. Well, do the smart thing, the easy thing, something that you can do when you're 23, 25, right? Get a buzz clipper and just shave it all off. Like I've done several times, as I've told you. Just shave it off and see what it looks like. Just take it and just shave it all off and go around totally bald. See the reaction you get. Do people treat you shittily? Do they treat you like, ew, get away from me, you're bald, ew? Do they do that? Huh? I bet not. No, of course they don't do that. Okay? Of course they don't do that because I know, because I've done it, right? You go totally bald. You just shave it all off and people treat you better. I'm trying to think here why guys are so insecure about it. I'm trying to imagine myself in that position of being so insecure about losing your hair. I mean, it's for me, it's just growing into the man, the apex of the man I will be. Because as a man today, I do not feel that I have reached the pinnacle of the man I can become. I feel that I am still on that path, that upward trend towards that peak of my masculinity. And that I will reach that peak and then it will be a downward trajectory. I mean, everything gets to a peak and then it's a downward trend. That's inevitable. But I feel that at this time, I'm still on that path upward. And I feel that my growing baldness is just, frankly, it's getting me closer to that apex, closer to that moment when I will be a man in full. I'm 51 years old, right? And I still do not feel that I'm a man in full. I feel that I've collected a lot of things, a lot of experiences, a lot of knowledge that brings me closer to that apex, right? But I'm still not there, or at least I still don't feel that I'm there. But I look at my baldness, right? I look every day as how I have fewer hairs, right? I've lost a few more hairs. I think I'm going bald, like the song says, right? And it doesn't bother me because On the contrary, it signals to me that I'm getting closer to that man. And I don't want to be 21 again. I think that's the thing. See, I don't quite understand why guys freak out about losing hair, because having more hair means going back to being 21. Going back to being just not that clever. Youth in and of itself is not a great quality. Youth is great for women, sure. A beautiful young woman is much more than a beautiful older woman. But for a man, it's the opposite. A handsome young man, you just look at him and he's vacuous and callous, he's a fucking idiot. But a handsome guy in his 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, he's got his shit together. He knows what's what. He's got his shit organized insofar as the money situation is concerned. He's got his shit organized insofar as his career is concerned. He's got his shit organized insofar as having a viewpoint on the world. It's better to be an older guy than a younger guy. Because when you're younger, you don't have anything, right? Except hair. And so that's why, for me, it's just like, I don't quite get it. I can sympathize with men who are panicking over the fact, but I see so many upsides. Specifically, the upside of just being more a man in full. Okay, this video, I'm not happy with it, right? But for reasons, I'm just gonna have to put it up. But if you're going bald, just don't worry about it. If you're really worried about it, just shave it all off and see how people react. But don't worry about it, because it's so wonderful to be middle-aged. I mean, I've said it before. It's just being middle-aged and getting bald, and the only thing I regret is that I have like a paunch that just will not come off, right? That's kind of like the only thing, because I don't want to be carrying this extra weight, right? But other than that, it's fucking great. And if being bald is part of this fantastic stage, fuck it, why not? Bring it on.